Hi, and welcome to this vlog with my 5 top summer picks for reading for this summer holiday 2023. I'm Ruth Richards, creator of the Intuition Connection. I love things all intuition related, otherworldly, spiritual, the weird and wonderful. That's my space. And I've done a lot of reading around this subject over the years. And if you love to have a good book to read over the summer, and if you're looking for something different to read this year that's out of the norm and something that's going to make you think and learn a little bit differently, then I've got 5 of my top reads for you. Here we go. So my first top pick is Reclaim Your Intuition by Ruth Richards. Yes, that's me. This is a practical guide to live with intention, be in flow and feel empowered. Now, I call myself the author, but most of this was given to me by the universe. It was inspired thought. It was not something I ever thought I would do, and it's certainly not the kind of book I thought I would ever write. So it's a really practical guide to getting started with intuition. And it's about what's intuition, where does it come from, how can we believe it, how do we trust it, how do we know what it is, and just some basic practical explanations of the otherworldly and intuition. So if that floats your boat, there'll be a link in the comments around here and you'll see how and where you can buy this. My second top pick is The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, a practical guide to personal freedom. And Don Miguel is one of the elders of the Toltec tradition. I was told about this book, so many years ago, and you probably can't tell from the spine, but I have read this so many times. This is a beautifully, simply written book. It's beautifully translated. And the 4 agreements are a framework for how to live our lives and how to live it simply and meaningfully. I read this book probably at least once a year, or dip into it to look at various things once a year. And I love highlighting bits that make sense to me. But the 4 agreements are really straightforward. It's practical things that we can do to live a meaningful, spiritual and soulful life, even in this crazy world that we live in. My third choice is one about abundance and financial abundance and money. So if, like me, you are self-employed and you create your own income, money can be a very difficult subject. And also as women, we've got a lot of twisted ancestry with money. Then I recommend to you, my friend, Tosha Silver, It's Not Your Money. How to Live Fully from Divine Abundance. And she does focus on money, obviously it's the title of the book, but it's about abundance in all areas of our life as well. It's spiritual, it's practical. She has a very familiar and friendly tone as she writes this book. And I can tell you that this works because in 2021, I had a very difficult financial year and I read this again and just amazing things happened. Would you believe I got a refund from HMRC during that time, which I didn't even know I was entitled to. But it changes your narrative as to how you think about money and it stops the attachment to lack. So this is a great book. It's easy to read and dip in and out of, and a great one for holiday reading because you'll come back feeling different about money. And here's my 4th pick for this summer, Goddesses Never Age by Dr. Christian Northrup. The secret prescription for radiance, vitality and well-being. And if you're a woman who of any age who wants to learn about perimenopause, menopause and postmenopause, she also has a fabulous book called The Wisdom of Menopause. It's quite a thick book. It takes a lot of reading, but it's worth it because you learn about what happens to your body, what happens to your mind, but most importantly, you learn holistically about yourself during that time. So she takes away the medicalisation of it. But this is a beautiful read and she's just a wonderful woman. It's very easy. It's a very easy read. And actually, regardless of what age you are in your life, if you are a woman, this is just a beautiful book to read about how we live with ourselves, how we embrace our inner goddess and how we live with that. And actually, it's great for men to read as well because you can learn a lot about women from this book as well. And the prescription for radiance and vitality and well-being is for everyone. But this is a wonderful book to read and it's got great tips. It talks about the different stages that women go through in their lives. And she understands this. She understands this beautifully. So If you want to embrace that inner goddess and you want to live soulfully and spiritually and differently and feel differently about yourself, this is a great read for the summer. My fifth book and top pick for summer reads is Florence Scovel Shinn, and this is the complete work. So you've got 4 books in one here. You've got The Game of Life and How to Play It, Your Word is Your Wand, The Secret Door to Success, and The Power of the Spoken Word. The first 2 books written in the 1920s and the second 2 books written in the 1940s. So it covers quite a span of time, but I think Florence was a New Yorker. She was certainly American, and there's this New York practical, direct style to her that really resonates with me and that I love. There are some religious references in here to biblical quotes in the Bible and to God, but don't let that put you off if religion is a trigger for you. That's just what the beliefs were then. But she really was one of the very first people to understand this point of manifesting and changing your vibrational frequency. Thought is a tremendous vibratory force, and man is drawn to his thought creations. She understands manifesting, and she understands that you need to change your thoughts and your frequency to do that. And she gives loads of examples in her books of how she's helped other people do that and how she's done it. So again, another easy read for the summer that can help you think differently about creating, which is what I call manifesting.